The Doc is In is sponsored by Amada Senior Care.
Guess who's back? Fox 56 News Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton.
Guess who's back? Back again.
I thought the same thing.
I did too.
It's stuck in my head now.
It's impossible not to think that.
You're welcome.
It's now over because that's all I'm thinking about.
Well, this segment is not focusing on Eminem songs. It's focusing on high school sports. Athletes getting set to get back on the practice field next week when the KHSAA, easy for me to say, dead period comes to an end.
Well, and interestingly, just rolling in after the forecast with all the temperatures that we're about to see, this is something that's very important. I feel like more this year I've heard about heat-related illnesses, you know, a lot of it not in this area, Southwest especially, but there's a lot of heat that's going around right now and a lot of potential risk with that as well. So yes, we're about to come out of the KHSAA, easy for me to see again.
It's contagious.
It is contagious, thank you. Our infectious disease of the studio. It's about to wrap up. In fact, it ends next week. That also means the fall sports are about to crank up. A lot of those being outside. Football, soccer being two of the major ones that will crank up. But with the heat and humidity that we're seeing, this also means increased risk for those that are participating. So it's very important as we dive into these fall sports that we get ready early. So kids, if you're participating in these sports, now's the time to be conditioning, making sure that you're going into it well hydrated. When you're a coach or one that's hosting, making sure that you're taking care of these kids, giving them plenty of breaks, giving them plenty of shade, avoiding the hottest parts of the day. Morning practices and evening practices, great idea, giving those days off. Just because it's hot outside doesn't mean it's a great idea to tough it out and show your grit by getting out there and taking on the heat. I'm going to guarantee you the sun and humidity are going to win that fight. So taking the time, being safe as we get into the sports, this is the most dangerous time for our young athletes out there, relatively out of shape, haven't had their conditioning yet. The weather is as hot as it's going to be for any of these fall sports, and we're diving right into it. So making sure we take those steps to protect those young folks as they get out there on the gridiron or whatever pitch they may be diving into over the next few days.
So what I'm hearing you say, Doc, is it's not good to be Slim Shady.
It is, well, you want to find some of the shady throughout the day,
Yeah.
but
Just not the slim part.
Not the slim part, but the hydration is key, especially, Chris, if you're going to be out golfing, taking time and being ready this weekend as well, because that heat's going to be a major player. There's been a lot of those bad dad jokes I've slid in there if you've been catching up. Play ball.
We had two Eminem references in this segment.
We have.
So maybe it was an Eminem
reference,
segment
heat
after
reference,
all.
sports references.
Yes.
That's the time to wrap up our morning.
Mic drop. We'll be right back with the final. What do we have coming up next? Sports.
I don't know, but it'll be a hit.
Download the Fox 56 Weather Authority app today.